seriously than they were. And you know, we all know we live in an open society where these kinds of tragedies happen someplace, it seems, on a far too frequent a basis. So what we do on the campus is everything we can to make the campus safe. We have multiple trainings in place and things to make this campus as safe as it can be, and we're pleased with how well those work, and we're pleased with how people have responded to this tragedy today. And we'll continue to work with your students, our faculty and staff, to make this the safest place that we can make it, and that's our work on a daily basis. And I'll say that the cooperation that we have with the city, with the police, with fire, with all, makes our job that much easier. But we live in an unstable world, unfortunately, and so we have to continue to do our best to protect ourselves against these circumstances.
Chief Jacobs, could you talk about the tools and the methods used to try to assist OSU police in finding out a motive?
Certainly, there's every aspect of this investigation will be mulled over. We've got our federal partners, state partners, and local to try to identify any potential motive behind this attack. Obviously, with the purposeful intent that was noticed driving on the sidewalk, we're going to look at it from the potential that it was planned with regard to multiple injuries. And we will continue to work with all of those agencies to try to determine what was being talked about, whether it was on a device, online, whatever else. We'll continue to look at that.
Can you tell us whether any of what you've seen so far looks like it could potentially be a terrorist act?
Well, I think that we have to consider that it is that possibility. You know, we had an attack earlier this year with a man with a knife causing multiple injuries. So we're always aware that that's the potential, and we're going to continue to look at that. That's why our federal partners are here and helping.
Can you talk about the shooting rumor, the active shooting, the initial reports that there was a shooter and not someone with a knife?
Well, with the amount of people that were here on campus, it was very chaotic. And I'm very proud of the students and the faculty and the staff at OSU to do exactly what they needed to do, and that was to get someplace safe. We know that people did not try to be a part of that scene. They tried to get away from it, which is the right thing to do. So I'm very, very pleased with the reaction of everybody. We should not ever take for granted that the best thing to do is to protect yourself. So I do believe that the response was appropriate, and we couldn't have asked for more, I think.
There's no indication of a gun right now.
There's no indication of a firearm being used by that particular suspect at this point in time, but we haven't searched the vehicle yet. That's to be done, so we don't know what we'll find inside the vehicle.
Any indication of multiple suspects at all?
No indication for sure. Reports of that are being checked out, but we have a lot of witnesses to interview with regard to the aggravated assault that the suspect did, and we'll continue to find out whether or not there were anybody else involved.
Will you and campus police step up more police presence here on campus and throughout the city?
That'll be up to OSU PD to decide about campus. We don't have any information that tells us that there's, a conspiracy going on.
And we understand there were at least 2 people taken out of the parking garage in handcuffs. Can you address who they were? Were they just bystanders, suspects?
Well, we believe that people, fled the scene and might have gone to their vehicles, and therefore they might have hunkered down when they realized that the police were going to search that building. It was pretty obvious that we were going to do a search, and until we know what their motives are, their intentions are, we're going to treat them as potential suspects.
Are they still being considered potential suspects?
Not that I know of.
What more can you tell us about the one suspect who's deceased now? I mean, is he a student, was a male, female, age?
Don't have enough information yet to release that.
Can I ask a question to just clarify the number of folks who were injured? Someone was hiding and had later come to the hospital. So does that mean there's 10 injured in total? Or is that person included in the 9?
It's included in the 9.
Thank you, Doctor.
Yes. Who's lead investigator right now? Is it Columbus Police or is it OSU
Columbus Police is investigating the aggravated assault caused by the suspect and the officer-involved shooting. Very, very, as Chief Stone said, I think you might have heard the pride in his voice that we're very fortunate that the officer was on scene so quickly and was able to deal with the situation so fast.
Yes. We would like to tell students to please contact their loved ones. And the same with faculty and staff. They know they're safe, but their family members are probably seeing this on national media and do not know they're safe. So that would really help us out if they reach out and contact their loved ones, let them know that they're okay. That would be a great assistance to us.
Have you been able to reach the victims' families to let them know what happened?
I believe most of the victims have probably had a chance to do so. Would you say so?
I can't guarantee that all have, but most of the victims were awake and talking when they were here, and I would expect to have had some contact with their family.
Can any of you speak as to when the roads around campus, specifically 315, will see normal traffic flow again?
I thought we opened that up a while ago.
Is it back open?
Yeah.
What about here on campus?
The only thing that I think we're holding now is College and Woodruff and 19th down that way. I believe Lane Avenue should be open soon if it's not already.
Take one more question.
Chief Stone, this might be for you. Did the officer warn the suspect that they were about to shoot? Was there any warning? Do you know?
As far as I know, he engaged the suspect and commands were not followed, and the officer did what he had to do to stop the threat.
Other than the attacker, was anybody shot?
Not that we know of.
Thank you. We'll have another update later.
We appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.